Come gather round, I'll pick up on our tale of 4 adventurers out blazing on new trail. Our boys pull up rank as light fills up the sky. Lannon and Svein go out to shop and see the sights. A pair of siblings are grateful for their aid. The attack yesterday when the youngest had been saved, but an elfin saw Winster's fury in their hearts, and the youngest man will request them after dawn. And Owen, Hubert, and Mina Lee came to visit. God's great heavens.
Svein and Lannon, you are making your way back to home base, Florence, and you did a couple of fun things. You're probably gonna, I assume you were going to tell Kennam all about it.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
he's gotta know about this.
Wait,
No.
I think we already did.
Didn't we leave off with Happy Cake?
Oh yeah, we did.
No.
Fucking
Happy Cake was last time.
Cake.
Oh yeah.
Happy Cake was last
Oh.
time.
Now I'm sad cake.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did talk to Kennam, I think, on the
We
Force
did.
So no, here's
Stone.
well,
yeah,
here's
we did.
here's
Everything was
here's
explained.
well, no, here's the dealio, Willio. We have to backtrack a bit. See, you guys get there and you walk in through Florence, and at the kitchen is like a giant, like 4-foot osprey man, and he's just like pecking at some grapes. That is the new part because we added a thing.
Oh yeah. I forgot about
In
that.
fairness, when they did explain it, I was over the stone. I was over the stone. So.
Yeah. So basically, you guys get back, and there's this osprey man, and he's pecking at grapes, and he looks and he's like, "Dudes, do you know how good grapes are? I never knew how good grapes were. These are awesome." And he's just like peck, 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 because he still doesn't have hands. And guess who's back? And then next to him is is Jam, and she can't really give faces, but you can tell she's kind of like giving him a little bit of a scowl, and you hear her mutter like, "Today's yellow day, not purple day."
Is it still Yellow Day?
It's still yellow day. So yeah, you all come into the kitchen to see this nonsense. Kennam, where are you at?
That is a good question. Yeah, I'll probably be sitting at the counter kind of looking into my spell book for possible ways to try and find this ring.
Okay. So yeah, you all regroup in the kitchen.
And then his face
and
palming
I
in
guess...
the doorway.
Okay.
It's like, okay, so now he's a different female bird.
I couldn't get a guy, alright?
Well, I suppose this is somewhat better? I don't know.
Is it Svein?
I mean, like, look,
I don't
dudes,
think
I
so.
know. It's not, listen, I have 2 feet now, so I, totally consider that a plus up. And he, kind of holds up the foot that was gone, but now he has another foot, so, yeah, that's good, I guess.
Wait,
Well, yes, that is true.
hold on. What happened to the other body?
Well, it kind of just decomposed.
Is it still in the room?
There's, a really gross stain in the living room that's, suspiciously body-shaped.
Oh, Ace isn't gonna like that.
Just put a rug over it, it'll be fine.
Well, we might as well
Wait.
start making a list of things she's
Wait,
not going
Kat,
to like.
is it considered an unclean area?
Why?
Prestidigitation. Clean it
Oh
up.
my god!
I mean,
I can cast
It
it up to 3
works.
times at once.
That's just become your new fucking charm person. Now that Jam is in the picture.
it works for everything.
It does.
Listen, I really needed prestidigitation. He had an orphanage with 100 kids. You need to know how to clean shit.
Yeah.
Had.
Oh. Why you gotta bring that up? So yeah.
Hey,
So
Lannon,
you
what's your
are
wisdom?
so you are cleaning up this floor. Jam is sulking because Yash Spray doesn't know that it's Yellow Day. And Jam notices that you, Lannon, and you, Spain, come in. And she gets up. And she looks a little happier. She's like, "Oh, Mr. Lannon, Mr. Spain, do you know what today still is?"
Yellow Day.
Is it yellow day?
Yes, it is. You know what I found?
What did you find?
And she hops down off a table and she runs over to the living room where she has like an assortment of things. And she like pulls a bucket, like a little tiny, like I say bucket, it's like a cup, but to her it's bucket size. And she's like, I found yellow sand. And she holds up a seashell and she says, I found a seashell, but I had to paint it because it was white. And it's like very sloppily painted yellow.
That's a good idea. Good thinking.
Yeah. And you always say seashell?
What did
Yeah.
you say?
The seashell. Mr. Lannon, there's something in the seashell. You want to see?
Sure.
And she holds up the seashell to you, and you peer inside, and
Lobster claw comes out and
yeah,
Hold on. Can
Very-
we roll the possibility that it's the Ring of the Grammarians?
that's inside the seashell.
Yeah, someone. If you pickpocket someone, you usually want to hide it. How hysterical
mean-
would that be? I'm just dropping that.
Listen, if you roll me a 1d20 and it is a 20, I will make it so.
Yeah, never mind. It's an 11. Continue.
Yeah, that's what I thought. No, you look into it, Lannon, and like very slowly, these two claws kind of poke their way out, and it pushes out the rest of this little tiny crustacean body. And she says, "I named him Petey."
PD. Okay.
He's my hermit crab friend. Say hi, Petey. And Petey just looks at you, Lannon. He doesn't know what's going on. He's a crab. Well, he's a hermit crab, I should say.
Lannon like covers half his face, turns around, and is just quietly sobbing to himself, being like,
Why is he sobbing?
because he misses his sisters, motherfucker.
And
We'll have to do it.
Svein taps Lannon on the shoulder and whispers, "Hey, if this whole bird thing doesn't work out for Yash, you know, now we have a crab, so..."
I mean, you haven't checked the gender yet.
Flip a coin. Roll a 1d2.
Flip a coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I did last time. I mean, are you actually gonna check this crab and consider it a possibility?
Me? No.
Dude,
Okay.
No.
Does a crab even have junk?
Well,
I mean,
okay, Tom.
Would we? Okay, does any of us have the sufficient knowledge to check whether or not a crab is male or female?
Look, if you do a nature check, maybe. I'm just saying. No, it's not Larry the lobster, but I regret not naming him Larry now.
I rolled a 19 for nature.
Are you kidding me?
No,
Nice.
I'm not kidding you.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's good, because Svein rolled a 7.
Well,
Actually, if we're rolling nature, that's a good idea. I got a
this
12.
just became
I have a plus
viable
0 in
option.
nature, and I'm the one who got a 19.
Good job.
Look, I'm proud of you, okay? Alright, I'm gonna flip a coin. And, Nick,
Yeah.
it's a male crab.
Alright.
It's a male hermit crab.
So we could make Larry the dude bro lobster.
No,
Yeah.
listen, his name is Petey, and Jam would like you to respect that.
His name could be Yash.
Oh god.
We're just thinking of alternatives, just in case everything goes south.
Again.
For the winter.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So as you are discussing these options, you have a couple things that you could do now too. It's probably about midday, getting to the afternoon times. You and Svein, Lannon were out there for a little bit, kind of poking around, seeing the sights.
So, did you guys get what you needed to get, by the way?
Yeah, actually, we got the wood.
Yes.
Did not get the ring.
Yes, we were not
probably-
able to get that.
Yeah, you filled me in on the phone, don't worry.
Yeah. Forgot about that, honestly. That was
Oh, you know-
20 minutes ago.
We forgot the eggs.
Did we?
Oh, damn. I was talking more about the things that you wanted to get, because...
Oh, we got some cool shit from Mina Lee.
Oh, alright.
Oh.
That works.
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say you can give Kennam his prize that he runs.
You don't have to, but
Well,
I mean, I know it exists.
yeah.
She made a pretty big spectacle of it.
yeah, she did.
Wait, I have an idea. Hey, Gem.
What?
I pull out the cloak. You see this?
Ooh,
All right.
it's a
Now
cloak.
I walk over to Kennam. All right. Now you see him, and I toss it over him. Now you don't.
Oh.
Is this a cloak you have to activate, by the way? We never established if it's like a Harry Potter kind of cloak of invisibility, or if it's like an activation type item.
That's a good question.
No, it's totally like a Harry Potter. Listen, it's visible until like it comes in contact with something, and then it like poofs. Because if it was a Harry Potter invisibility, a Harry Potter invisibility cloak, you wouldn't even see it. I don't think. No, wait,
You'd
it's
see
been a while.
one part of it.
Yeah, and then the other part's like invisible.
Yeah.
Which is really dope.
Yeah, that is cool.
So I can't consistently wear this thing.
I mean,
You just
Yeah,
want that to be your everyday outfit? Just always wearing that?
listen, just wear it on one side and then flip it on the other. It's like an inside-out coat.
Oh my god, I could wear it like a cape and then flip it over my head.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how that works. Jam sees this wizardry happen, and she like stands up straight. Petey is still sort of in her arms, and she actually starts to tear up a bit. You see like little cotton balls, and she's like, "Where's Mr. Tascobble?"
I take it back. I like take it off with a flourish and like, now you see him.
And then she immediately like clears up. She's like, "Oh, what? How'd you do that? Where'd he go?"
She does know that we made eggs invisible.
Yeah, but she didn't.
She doesn't know.
She's
about
never
the
seen
cloak.
us make a toss couple.
That's true.
Fair enough.
Plus, I think she cares a little more about you than some fucking eggs.
Those were some pretty fucking great eggs.
Yeah, there were
alright?
some
Okay,
great
yeah.
eggs.
Gave me.
But she can't even eat. Okay. Well, anyway, pass the eggs. Pass the eggs. So Kennam, you now have your cloak of invisibility. Just like turn it inside out. You could turn invisible because that does sound way easier to manage.
Kicking.
Kicking. Lannon, you still have your vial of
Nightmare fuel.
dream raping.
You gotta test that out on Kennam?
The Inception juice.
I'm not gonna
The
test that on
Inception
Kennam.
juice.
Good.
However, Kat, I do have a question about
Yes.
it.
What is your
Does
question?
it have to be ingested or can it be injected?
Or I guess applied to
Well-
blades as well.
Yes.
Apply to, well, the idea is that you can apply it to a blade or an
Okay.
arrow.
So
Yay.
it's a contact poison.
Yeah, it's contact poison.
Okay.
That's what makes it so dangerous.
Oh.
Listen. You don't 100% know what will happen if you ingest it. Maybe something will happen, or maybe they'll just die. Who knows?
Please don't try it.
Win-win.
Win-win. And then Svein, I assume that you are all comfy-umphy with your with the bedazzler.
Oh yeah, he's gonna like quick draw it, point it around the room.
Just like test this out.
Check out what I got!
I grab
just
it,
like-
put it away because I don't want Jam to see it.
Jam to see it. Well, I was like, Yash kind of caught a glimpse. He's like, "Whoa, dudes, what was that thing?"
Maybe a little later, Yosh.
Well,
Go back to
okay.
Go home,
suppo-
Yosh. You're drunk.
Do you show Yash the bedazzler?
Yes.
Sure,
Oh,
but away
was
from
that-
Taking
Jam.
I'm taking JM to the next room.
Okay. Hey, JM, let's go make a bed for Petey. Yes.
Oh, was Svein able to buy some assorted random gems?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, so I figured out how it works too.
Right.
Basically, depending on the size, you just multiply the size by 2. So if it's like a 2 foot, not a 2 foot long.
Jeez. How's that gonna fit
way
in the
too
gun?
much. That's too much. No, I'm sorry. If it's a small, I basically roll a 1d4 and then multiply that by 2. If it's a medium, I'll do a d8 and then multiply that by 2. If it's like a large, I'll roll a d12, multiply that by 2, and so on and so forth.
How the hell are you
Sweet.
gonna fit a ginormous gem into that tiny?
Listen, are you questioning the mechanical ways of me to leave?
Yes.
No, we come across this big crystal palace, and you just start going in on it.
Grab a pickaxe and just...
Don't even bother, just grab it. Just flip the gun upside down and start filling it in.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait.
Well, probably what?
Svein is gem encrusted.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
You could use your body parts, I guess.
Like, okay, wait, no, legit question, Svein, have you ever tried pulling off your own gemstones?
Pull them out of your beard. They'll grow back.
Do you know that?
You know the movie Saw?
Oh boy. Let me roll
I
for
feel
it.
like this would be on it.
All right. No, yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
If I get above a 10, then he's tried it before. I got a 9.
Well, okay, here's what I'll say. You yourself have never personally tried pulling out your gemstones. It's not like they fall out like shark teeth. They just sort of get bigger as you get older. Or they like kind of expand around your body. Not like in a creepy way where you're suddenly encased in crystal.
Oh, guys, help!
No, not like in that way. In a very like majestic, magnificent way. Like babies, maybe they'll start off with like a couple on their cheeks, and then it'll grow up to their ears, and they'll grow down their arms and legs, and eventually you'll just like look like a very fabulous disco ball.
It's what we all aspire to.
Yeah. You've seen elders like in your little man-made mountain. Like the elder ones, they had like gems kind of shaped into their hair. Like some of their noses and ears were just like pure gem. They still had flesh, but it was like a nice sort of composite mixture of flesh and gemstone. It was very pretty. But you distinctly remember said elders warning all the little children that, yeah, no, pulling out your gems is a bad idea.
Try it
It'd
anyway.
be like,
Yes.
listen, it'd be like trying to, it's on the same pain level as like pulling out fingernails.
Oh.
No.
You ever see the movie Saw?
Only in
Why
an
does-
emergency will I try that.
Yeah, why has Kennam seen the movie Saw?
What's a
It's not
saw?
important.
Why wouldn't have Kennam seen the movie Saw?
He's surrounded by little children!
He's gotta have
Hasn't
fun
been all-
sometimes.
Hey
Hasn't
kids,
been
God.
movie
all
night.
his life, alright?
Alright.
It hasn't been
Yeah,
his
that's true.
entire life.
Alright, listen. So basically, Spain, that's how it works. I did just realize how large a large gemstone would be. So we'll probably just do it like minute, tiny. What is it? Oh no, diminutive, tiny, small, and then medium. And we'll just go up the scale from there, from like 4, 8, 12,
2d20.
16, 18, 2d20.
Yeah.
We'll go up the scale. It changes every time, too. So it's like one time you could roll a 6, but then another time you could roll an 8, and then that's multiplied by 2.
It's Yellow Day, right?
It is.
Yes.
Well, Spain's gonna stick I guess, diminutive yellow gem.
Wait, where did he... Oh, that's right, you bought a bunch.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Hold the phone. Okay, so you can
Or
then
whatever
roll me a
he
1d.
has, yeah.
Yeah. You will probably have like a mixed bag of gems. I'm gonna say you probably have 2 of each size to work with for now.
Alright.
So make a mental note of that.
Or you could
Or write
I'm
it
gonna
on
make
your
a
sheet.
paper
write
note.
it down in ammunition.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
That you have 2 of
right.
each. You have 2 of each size, and I'll say this: there are certain gemstones that could have elemental properties, but for now, you do not have that. You just have some basic ass gemstones.
Shoot a firestone and you'll get an EV.
Yeah.
No, not EV. Flare on.
It's Svein, you are loading up your stuff. Decide what you boys want to do next.
I never bought my axe.
Yeah, probably should have done that.
I forgot. to.
Well, we'll go to the axe store. Maybe they have eggs, so we'll get some eggs.
I
Because
can
we need
now,
those.
I can now blend in with the crowd, so
Yes, so
I can follow
you can
along.
accompany us. Just
Dude,
don't talk too loud, or they'll
Literally
hear you.
just hang on to my back.
No, because I have to be slightly obscured.
You will be. By me.
No, not to everybody.
Why are you cloaking a cloak of invisibility?
Yeah, I'm literally just gonna walk around with my cloak of invisibility behind you guys.
Oh. Alright.
Yeah. Alright.
Makes no sense to me.
So, And we gotta find the
Alright.
ring.
Yeah,
So we gotta find those dudes.
I
got a
gotta
couple
kill
things to do.
Yosh.
And you what?
What?
And Yosh looks up and like a mouthful of grapes. He's like, what?
Oh!
And then Spain shoots the bedazzler at the wall
Wait,
with a yellow gem.
wait. I'm gonna walk over to Kennam. Is he? Wait, are you anywhere?
Kennam's in another room right now.
All right, so he's not within earshot of Yosh. Cool.
No.
I'm gonna walk to him. And say,
Okay, so you're gonna leave the room. Spain, real quick before you do that. Spain, you shoot the bedazzler at the wall to show it to Yosh. And Yosh, like, he had a bunch of grapes in his mouth, and they all
no.
kind of, like, pop out of his mouth, like,
Oh,
and, he comes over and he says, dude, this is, like, awesome. Where did you get this thing?
I know. I got it at a place when we were out on our mission.
Svein, I love your, like, attention to details.
Why?
He
Thank
like
you.
puts a hand around. He puts a like wing arm around your shoulder, and he says, I mean, it's crazy stuff. Like me and my sis, we like totally had schemes like this once. I want to make like something like this. It's such a bummer, man. That someone beat me to the punch.
Spain's gonna look over at Lannon, like, hey, should I
Lan-
say who I got this
Lannon's
from?
already
Like-
halfway out the.
No, listen, Lannon, Spain looks at Lannon. Lannon is like walking towards the entrance, and you see Spain give him a look like, do I tell him?
Oh,
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like very,
that is a shame that someone beat you to the punch.
but you know, dude, this is like totally inspired me. And he's like, he's still got a shoulder around you, and he's like waving an arm out. You know, like that Buzz Lightyear meme with Woody when it's like that right now.
Piping
And he
hot
says-
schmoes. They're s'mores.
And he's like, I gotta figure out how to like draw with these non-hands. I got so many like wicked ideas, man. Maybe that little doll thing can help me out. She's like a righteous drawer, dude. Have you seen her artwork?
She's pretty good. She's really good in the kitchen too. Makes very good.
Yeah,
cake.
man.
I think the funny part is neither of them have hands, like fingers. Neither of them have fingers. We're working on JMs, but I've got nothing for you.
Oh god, that's gonna be so creepy, guys. I need you to understand.
Just sew them
What?
on.
JM
It'd be so
fingers?
fucking creepy with just little digits.
Can you have unseen servant draw you a picture with a pencil?
I mean, it's written before, so it could probably draw.
No, it did do a drawing. I think it got a
It
really
did.
high drawing score too.
It did. It's pretty good. To this, Yasha's like, oh, that's right. I've heard things like that. So all I gotta do is learn how to cast Unseen Servant. Thanks, dwarf dude! And he immediately goes over to the library to start trying to look up how to cast Unseen Servant. That will probably end well.
We
I'm
officially
sure that it will.
we officially have a wizard in training.
Yes.
Okay, back to Lannon and Kennam real quick. Kennam, where did you take Jam?
That's a good question. I don't remember Florence's layout.
Well, there is a map.
Is
We
that
were in
have
the
a map.
kitchen, so
Yep.
I'll take whatever's next to the kitchen.
The entranceway.
Sure. we'll be playing on the front, like the little carpet. Like I'm sure they have a carpeted area in the front.
Yeah.
Because you always have a carpeted area in the front.
Oh,
That's just a
totally. You
given.
gotta wipe your fucking feet so you don't get the place all muddy. Okay, so Lannon, you walk in. Jam is playing with Petey on the ground. She's like trying to teach him how to run. It's mixed results.
She's gonna teach him unseen servant.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna learn Unseen Servant. And she's like, okay, Petey, gotta breathe, and then you gotta put a foot in front of it. Well, you got like 2 feet. Well, I'll get on hands and knees, and we'll do it together. And she's on her hands and knees now, and she's like trying to teach him how to run.
Oh my god, she's
Crabs
so
have, like,
precious.
Don't crabs have like 6 legs?
Shh.
This one only has 4.
That doesn't mean she can count.
She doesn't have fingers
Okay.
to count on.
Yeah, come on, man. Why'd you gotta bring that up?
Hey.
So go ahead.
Kennam?
Yeah, what's up?
So, I don't know if you heard, but apparently Amina Lee has a brother, like, around here.
Oh, wait. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, he's currently in our library.
Oh, isn't that less nice?
Yeah.
Isn't that shit?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Let's get him a proper body and then introduce the two.
That's a good idea. Maybe something a little less female.
Respect if he wants to stay.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he seems pretty lackadaisical. Real quick, a shame that none of the audience can see it, but I just want you guys to have a reference of what Petey to Hermit Crab looks like. There he is.
It's a tiny hermit crab.
Oh, it's so
Oh. He has little beady eyes.
He does have little beady eyes. But yes, so you guys are having this discussion, and
So, do we, like, tell her?
Proper body first.
Do we
Let's-
tell
let's
him?
Let's get good moods all around.
Happy cake. Gotcha.
Let's get some good moods all around and then tell them.
we'll see how long that
Wait,
lasts.
hold on. Do we need eggs for happy cake?
Well, I mean,
Do
it is
you need
cake.
eggs for cake?
It is
Lennon
cake.
doesn't know how to cook.
Lannon's the one who cooked the cake!
He just threw things together. Hope
God
this
damn
works.
it.
You paid attention? No! It was muscle memory.
Why is this a running theme with you guys? Svein, or not Svein, Kennam was like, I just threw shit together and made amazing bacon whipped cream. And now you're like, I just threw shit together and made a magical cake, whatever.
It's because we roll so high, but we're all so stupid.
It's just that memory
We're
aspect.
smart when it counts.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Lannon is smart when it comes to war, not baking.
And yet.
And yet.
Okay. So, so like I said, you guys have a couple choices to make. Kennam, I'm gonna say this while you're kind of standing towards the doorway, because my assumption is once again you're not gonna go with these boys.
Actually, I have an invisibility cloak now.
Oh.
I can trail behind all I want.
Okay. Well, since you kind of like committed to this and you're standing near the door, and there's a part of you that feels right about doing this, like, yeah, we need to get into town. We gotta investigate. Something's up. We gotta do this. It's time to be a man. Why is there a picture of Marco Pierre White's Kitchen Wars?
Well, he said he was good at.
war.
He said he was
Oh.
smart when it comes to wars, but not cooking.
Well, maybe Marco
Maybe
Pierre
that's
White
what
can
he
help
did.
you.
Yeah.
We
All
just
right,
have to track
so-
him down.
I gotta
So,
get to
my
Flavor
boys,
Town,
are you-
guys.
You gotta get to Flavor Town. All right, my boys, are you ready to quest out once more?
Oh yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
Invisibly,
So-
might I add.
Invisibly. So you all get ready to go. And Yash and Jam are gonna say goodbye to you. And as you leave, Yash is like, "Don't worry, little dudes. I will protect this tiny small thing with my life."
She disappears back into Kennam's own plane of reality.
Yeah. she literally.
He's like saying this, and she just faces out of existence. And he looks down. He's like, "Oh no, I failed already, dudes. I'm so sorry." And he's like on his knees, and he's like, "No."
Aren't?
Josh, we have eggs in the kitchen if you want to have something to eat.
No, we don't!
Yeah,
Got
that's
to
the
find the
problem.
eggs!
We
No,
didn't
shut up.
eat
Now he's
all
gonna
of
look for them.
Oh,
Wait,
On top of that,
Good
we didn't
plan.
eat all of them.
wait, question.
Yeah.
Aren't Osprey's legs, like, backwards? So how would he be on his knees?
He's like it's like a crouching
Okay,
it's a very
osprey.
disturbing sight.
alright.
Yeah, he like bends over and you're all like, ew. All right, but you're back out in the astral puddle beachfront. You haven't quite reached the sandstrewn establishment. You can head in that direction. You can check on the people on the wall. You can check out the rocky kind of outcrops. But I think you have a plan as to what you want to do, so I'm not sure why I'm making suggestions.
Center of town.
All right. So at this point, it's like midday going into afternoon as you three make your way to the center of the town. And like I said, this... Yes.
Just real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Manuel did say evening, correct?
I thought you said
Yes.
night.
Yeah.
Well,
night.
you know.
Evening,
I think
night.
it was night. So we had plenty of time
Practically
to
the
bust
same
these
thing.
fools, and then...
Alright.
Okay. First things first, did I get a description from Mina Lee? And or a name?
From the two...
For about the Ring of the Grammarian.
I think we
Oh.
told him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We might have.
Well-
Give me the name, but did I get a description?
Yes, I think so.
It's a small
We'll
gold
do, like, a
band
quick-
with runes.
Yeah.
Well, quick recap. And just a refresher, it's not Mina Lee's. It's actually Lannon's mother's, so...
If we don't find it,
Mina Lee will probably die.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If she gave Kennam a description, then I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
This worries me slightly.
Center of town, I'm gonna cast locate object because
Ah,
divination.
that's why. Got it.
And
Describe
your
her name and
entire
object.
plan is for not cat.
Describe her name and object. You sense the direction of the object's location as long as the object is 1,000 feet of you. If it's not,
Wow.
if it is in motion, I know the direction of its movement.
Okay. So you head to the center of town, where that big tent thing is, and you see a couple halflings are like nomming on some foods. And Kennam, you start to cast this detection spell.
Oh no.
When all of a sudden you guys hear a voice that says, "Oh, it's just the people I was looking for. Lannon, Svein, how's it going?" And you see Ian starting to approach you.
I'm under my cloak of invisibility.
Fuck that guy.
I want
Oh.
it known that I've been under this.
No, I got you. Don't worry.
Hello. Ian, was it?
Yes. I wanted to check in on you guys, see how it's going.
Pretty good. There was... Never mind.
Were you going to say an incident by chance?
Possibly.
There's a friend of ours that we met up with, and it seems that they may have been robbed.
Yeah.
And Ian's face sort of falls, and he's like, "Oh, I was actually talking about the incident with Master Sawin, but well, this is grave indeed. What was stolen?"
Just a couple small items.
Some jewelry.
Yeah.
Roll me some fucking deception, you lying little shits!
No, it's a small
It's a
piece of
small
jewelry.
item.
Okay, you
But-
said multiple pieces, though.
Alright, yeah. I'll
Change
that.
your phraseology, and I will let it slide.
No, I'd rather roll the deception.
Okay,
All right, and Svein's gonna help.
that's cool, I
It's an
guess.
18.
Woo!
That is a 15.
That's a good ass deception.
Lennon's had to lie to his mother. He knows how to lie.
He does have a lie. Ian kind of looks at you funny for a second, Lannon, and he says, "Oh, well, I can have a couple of our guards see if they can look around. Well, this is poor timing, isn't it? Is there a description of it? Did like who's the one who lost it? Maybe we can talk to them and get some more information."
It's okay. We're handling it ourselves.
Well, all right. Is there any luck about this whole Mimichrome situation?
I still have a slight idea of what to do.
Well, I guess a slight idea is better than no idea.
Yeah. I was
This
personally
is true.
I was personally thinking like, prick one of their fingers, and
Oh,
drag some of the mimicry out.
that's right.
That was a personal idea. Do whatever seems fit for you.
Right. We are some of our healers are still sort of working on that. And you wanted to use this. My assumption is to track this down. Sorry, we've discussed this before. It's a little cloudy. There's just so many things in my head right now. Now, my question is, if you are going to use this as some sort of tracking mechanism, yes. I mean, I'm sure the Salted Pearl have some sort of boats that we could use. So perhaps
that's a great idea.
I was kind of gonna use it for like half tracking, half like get them off that fence. Like maybe if they have less of the mimicrum in their body, they won't be as stuck.
I see. Well, I suppose I can at least start some of that. We can test that. I don't know if you want to be there while it happens, or I could just give word to the healers and they can start.
I'm gonna have to put more faith in your healers. I don't know much.
Okay, then I will take care of that. Luckily, every other... gracious. I didn't realize how much work it would be to be a caravan leader. Whew, it's a lot to do.
It does sound difficult.
It's my caravan and then another caravan. It's interesting stuff. Eddie, have you heard anything about the Salted Pearl scouting team with Yash and what's her name? Zarya? Like I haven't seen them yet. I was hoping they'd be back now.
I'm gonna sneak up behind both of them and tap them both my cantrip of friends.
What does that do?
You're gonna have to lie.
Their charisma-based rolls are going to get advantage.
Oh, nice.
Oh, thank God.
No, we haven't heard from Zarya? No.
Name doesn't sound familiar.
What's a Zarya?
We saw a few flying things on our way in the other night, or the other day rather, but I don't know if they were them.
Okay, roll me them deceptions.
Deception's a charisma-based skill.
Alright, so that was 14 for the first one. Let me try it again. Oh,
Come on, Svein.
dropping the dice on the floor.
Dropping the dice on the floor.
And 16 for that second one.
That
So
was a-
16.
Not bad.
That was a 10 and a 22.
Ooh, that 22 is real good. Ian looks a little disheartened. He's like, oh, I see. Well, this may come to the point then that we'll have to send our own scouts. But thank you again for everything. But if you excuse me, I have to go tell the healers that we should start bloodletting. I never thought I'd say that.
Oh, yes.
Again, it's just a suggestion. Do whatever you think is right.
Well, it's the only course of action we have right now. I would hate to have another creature of the deep come up just because there's such a concentration of mimicrome.
Yeah.
But
Quick question.
I'll take care of that. Yes.
So Ian, do we have a good are we able to see Ian pretty well?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
He's right in front of you.
Back when we fought the harpies, I found a weird black cloth, and there was some I think it was some white embroidering on it or something like that.
Yeah.
Does it look like it matches anything that Ian is wearing?
Ian is currently not wearing a cloak. He's like in very simply dressed attire. But as you kind of make this mental connection, I need you to roll me Constitution saving throw.
What? Excuse me?
What? No, do it.
Okay, 19.
So as you are kind of like having this mental thought of, I wonder if this matches anything of Ian's, you get this knot in your stomach, and very briefly, like, there's this flash of purple across your eyesight. It doesn't completely take you off your feet. You've got some goodwill, but, yeah, that just happened.
Liking this guy less and less.
And with that, Ian is going to excuse himself, and he's going to head over to the healers near the wall to kind of start up that bloodletting nonsense.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to change the subject away from that Master Sawain guy.
So, how did locate object go?
Locate object went interestingly. It turns out where this object is farther away from this encampment. It's by the rockier shores, and it's a very faint signal. that you are getting. Like, it's just on the cusp of being too far away.
That's kind of strange, but I'm gonna like tap them on the shoulders and say, back that way. Additionally, just for point of order, that is a level 2 divination spell, and as per my divination specialization as a wizard, I get to put a spell slot in something in a spell slot lower. So I get a level 1 spell slot back.
Look at you!
Ooh.
That's exciting as fuck.
That is cool.
Always useful
Okay.
for a wizard who has
So,
spells.
are you going to make your way then towards where the item is pinging?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you start making your way outside. You pass by a couple more carts, including... Sorry, Lannon. But this is the same direction where the theater group is, and they're like still...
Wait. Because I remember this a little bit ago.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a weapons cart anywhere nearby?
Yeah.
Alright.
My assumption is that you have already picked up what you need to pick up, so you have your axes and your daggers and your whatever
Alright,
else.
cool. How much does that cost?
How many axes did you buy?
I bought 1 extra battle axe and 2 extra hand axes.
I gotta fucking look up how much that actually is. We'll look it up later. Just remind me afterwards.
Okay.
So now you have all that weaponry.
Alright.
And so you start to kind of pass by the theater group again. They're sort of still at work.
Is Master Shitface still there?
I like that that's his name now. He is not.
Good.
He seems to be busy with something else. You do see Real and Manuel. They seem to be kind of working away at something. And Manuel looks up and he sees you guys, and he smiles and he's like waving at you with a little like missing tooth grin.
Does he have more teeth than Master Samhain?
Oh, I mean, yeah. He's like, it's like the cute missing teeth where you're like missing one tooth. Master Samhain is probably missing like all of them.
And some of them are broken.
Listen, I like that we made it clear that he's probably lost all his teeth, but then I immediately had said that when he like sat up from the stage, he clearly had them all. But we all just assume he doesn't have them.
Yes.
I rolled a critical. I mean, he doesn't have his teeth.
He just has no teeth. One day it'll be revealed that he actually doesn't have his teeth, and then you all can laugh at him.
He never had teeth to begin with.
He never had teeth.
No.
To begin with.
Nope.
Straight to the guns.
So you continue.
Sven's gonna wave back.
Yeah. He's gonna wave. And you see Real kind of look up, and she gives sort of like a half nervous wave, and then gestures to Manuel to keep working. So if we're done with that scene, which was cute and adorable.
Yes.
So many children in this episode. I love it. We got Jam. We got Manuel and Real. We got Yash. It's great.
How old is Yash?
You don't know.
He can't? Whatever.
He can.
Listen, the mentality of a child.
There we go.
Yeah.
So you make your way across the beachfront. It's maybe like a 5-10 minute walk. The fine sand starts to turn a little rocky, and the dunes sort of start to scape upwards. It's getting kind of like taller and taller. It's making out for a good like secret cove. And as you're making your way across Kennam, the signal is now getting stronger and stronger. And eventually it is pointing you towards a kind of like a secret cove. Like it's shaped in like this half crescent moon, and you see a little farther ways there's like this rock formation that juts out from the water and scapes across to a like the top of the, it's not a mountain, I guess I'm like thinking of Ireland, how it has like those big old cliff sides, you know what I mean? It's like leading back up to the desert area, and you see that the spell is directing you towards this, like seemingly this empty cove side. Like there doesn't seem to be any caves or entrances or anything like that. It just seems to be like a secret alcove.
Well, I suppose that's where we're heading to.
I mean, you're already there, Svein.
Yeah.
You are in the moment.
Oh. So, wait. So it's just a crescent moon, like a giant wall crescent.
Like, the sand that makes up this cove is, like, shaped into a crescent. You see that there's this big shale wall. Well, it's probably sandstone. This big sandstone wall behind it. There's, like, dots of vegetation here and there. And there doesn't seem to be, like, a cave or anything. But for sure, Kennam, this is where the magical detection spell has taken you. And it says that it's even, like, further beyond this, but it's here somewhere. Like, you have to go further beyond the cove.
Lannon's gonna run his hand along the sandstone wall.
Okay. Roll me perception, Lannon.
Oh, fuck. It's a 7.
Ooh.
Not a
wait,
great
hang on.
perception.
Let me see.
Guys, how smooth is this wall?
I know.
Ooh, wait.
What?
Svein, as a dwarf, has something called Stone Cunning. He gets to add double proficiency bonus when doing a history check about stone architecture. I don't know if this is architecture, but if maybe part of it is man-made, maybe
That's true.
he would notice it.
Yeah. You know what? I'm down with that. I think that's pretty cool. I will allow it.
Using racial traits. Nice.
Yes. Nice. That is a modified 20.
Jeez.
Very nice. So you watch Lannon kind of running his hand along the sandstone, and as he is doing so, you notice that his hand brushes aside this weird symbol on the wall that he just completely missed. And you go over to it, and you see that this is some kind of Dwarven, like really ancient, like super decrepit Dwarven writing. And it seems to be some kind of... Well, actually, I want you to make a what's it called? What's our spell checks? Why can't I think of what it's called?
Arcana?
Yes,
Arcana?
thank you. I felt so dumb. I was like, what the fuck is it called? I can't.
Natural 20.
Oh, never mind.
Yo! Holy schnitz. What were you going to say, Tom, before that happened?
I was gonna say I have a really high Arcana, but no, that works.
Yeah, that...
I'd be seeing right through this.
Sees through time.
Holy shit, those X-ray specs work!
Okay. You are looking over this ancient ruins, and you realize that it's a barrier of sorts. Like, it's meant to keep people out unless you know what is specifically, like, kind of like what the password is. And you read over this poem, or this riddle, and immediately you're like, oh, I know what this is. But I want to read what the riddle was first and foremost, because, I mean, I have to tell you the answer. But at least I can read it to you and see if you could have gotten it.
Well, you don't have to tell us the answer.
Yeah,
You can guess for like 2 minutes.
You can
Or we can just say that Svein knows it because he got a nat 20.
Can we get one guess?
You can get one guess. All right, are you ready?
Yep.
This is, brothers and sisters I have none, but this man's father is my father's son. Who is the man?
Svein's gonna elbow Lannon and go, hey, Lannon, who is the man? Without
the man.
explaining the riddle at all.
Lannon
Like,
can
not even
read
reading it.
Dwarven.
Oh, he can... Oh, man.
Kennam's
then
gonna
he's gonna bump
lean in
Kennam.
and go, he's the one oppressing you! Strike back!
It's himself.
All right, I left the riddle in chat so you can read it over again. You each get one guess, but Svein is going to get it right no matter what.
It's himself.
And not because of his guess. Okay, so Lannon guesses himself.
Kennam got bored, and if no one... Svein, I know you're gonna pipe up for this, but he's gonna start charging up a fireball.
So Kennam doesn't like riddles. Excellent.
Answer is fire!
Kennam, no, it's a riddle. We need to
Svein,
respond with the answer.
Yeah. Svein, do you want to take a guess? Because you know what it is, but OC may not know. OC may know. In character may know. That's really confusing. Svein knows. Cory does not know.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Cory is gonna guess, as I think was already said by Nick. Is it himself?
All right. So I'm gonna read it again. I'll tell you the answer. Brothers and sisters, I have none. But this man's father is my father's son. Who is the man? The answer is simple. The man is my son.
What?
So they don't have any brothers and sisters, but the man's father is the father's son. So the man is his son.
Oh.
Literally any dude.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right,
so Svein, so Svein, you say this, you're like, oh wait, the elders in my mountain told this one literally all the time. They wouldn't shut up about
Child's play.
literally. And you say this riddle, and you watch as the dwarven words start to etch themselves into the sandstone, and then it starts to pull apart an entrance. And deep in this
See, Kennam, we don't always need to use fire.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta use brains. And in this cave entrance, you see that there is a very soft, orangey yellow glow, farther down.
Onward and downward?
Sure.
Yes.
Wait, what time of day is it?
We're getting to the afternoon at this point still.
Okay, so we still got time.
We got time to dungeon crawl.
We got time.
I was about to say, I don't think we've dungeon
spells.
crawled, but we have.
A couple times.
Technically,
We crawled in your dungeon.
No, I think this will be like your first official crawly dungeon. Here we go, guys. It only took fucking 3 arcs, but we finally are doing a dungeon.
Alright, next up, the dragons.
Yep.
Alright, so do you all proceed into this darkness?
Yeah.
Yes.
To the dark. Sorry, continue.
So you enter this cove, and you kind of have to walk down this sloped hill. It's a little slippery because it's sand, but you manage to not fall on your faces, and I'm not going to make you roll for that because we don't got time for that. As you get closer towards the bottom of this slant, you see what at first looks like torches coming out of the walls, but for those that have low light vision, which I don't know is anybody actually.
Nah, Svein has dark vision.
Okay.
Lannon has vision.
I think Kennam just has vision too. Well, all right. You can't quite make it out, but if you get closer, you see that it's not torches that are making this light. It's bits of coral.
Bioluminescence.
Bioluminescence. And you keep making your way down. There's more clusters of this glowing coral until finally you reach the slant kind of smooths out and you are on steady ground. And you have entered in this probably 20 by 20 room, kind of squarish in shape. And like I said, the coral is kind of giving off low light. And you guys can't really see anything at this moment. If you want to roll me a perception, I could tell you more, or you can just start walking around willy-nilly. I don't really care which.
Roll perception. 16.
10.
16.
No,
Now,
Kennam has low light.
Oh, Kennam has low light? So Kennam doesn't have to roll a disadvantage. Everybody else does.
Alright, so that was 16
too
for
bad.
the first one, 18, so I'll go 16.
13.
I think
Okay.
Kennam has low light. I know he
Does
has
Kennam
either
have low light?
I know he has either low light or dark. And I always
Well, it's a
forget.
very distinct distinction.
Dark light.
Congratulations, you done it.
I think. Oh God, I didn't put it down. I'll go look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's low light.
Okay, we'll go with it for now.
I'm pretty positive it's low light.
We'll go with it for now. So Kennam, you don't actually have to make a perception rolling because you can see everything.
I mean, I failed it anyway.
Okay.
It was a 10.
Momentarily blind. No, so Lannon, you are looking around this room, and it kind of just looks like, a cave. The coral is pretty. You don't see too much in the way of interesting. There seems to be a path off to the left, and then a path off to the right. Svein, you have a little bit better luck. You can see that on the ground around you, there seems to be wheel tread marks.
Okay, I do not have low light, by the way.
Okay,
and
so
as it turns out, I have dark and dim vision.
God, Lannon, what was your first one then?
Stay. It wasn't much better the other way.
Okay, well then, Svein, I'm still going to say that you see these tread marks, and they are leading off to the left.
So Svein's gonna point. He's gonna say, "There's some track marks here. Perhaps, maybe a cart went through here, to the left.
Take it back.
We should head that way.
One hop this time."
One hop this time.
You guys wouldn't get it. It's a human thing.
Okay.
It's really,
if you say so.
It's kicking with small defense. Okay, so yeah, you have two options. You have the left, which there seems to be some wagon tread marks leading off, and you have the right.
Hey, Kennam.
Yeah?
Which way is the ring?
I don't know. Which way is the ring? Hold on. How long does this thing last?
That's a good question.
Up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know. So it's probably off by now. If you try, you can try and cast it again if you want.
I mean, yeah, I've got 2 more spell slots. Why not?
Okay, so you go to try and cast this again.
That means I've got all my level 1s back as well.
Yeah. You go to cast this thing again because fuck trying to crawl around this dungeon. But something's interfering with it a little, Kennam. It's a bit like static. Like you look in a direction and it's like
Am I getting counterspelled?
Are you?
I don't know. Can I roll Knowledge Arcana for that?
Yes, you can.
That's a 13.
Yeah. Good stab in the dark. It feels like you're being counterspelled.
I want to counterspell the counterspell.
I don't think you can do that. I mean, you can try.
Actually, I can double check that. Hold on.
You can actually counterspell.
Now, Nick, are you just saying that because you want to see this happen?
No. I've in other D&D shows, that's actually been a thing.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you can go ahead and try then, Kennam.
All right. Well, if they are casting it at a at 4th level, or counterspell is naturally a 3rd level spell, but if you cast it at higher levels, if they are casting it at 4th level or at 3rd level or lower, then it's automatically interrupted. Otherwise, we're gonna have to start making rolls.
All right, then start making me rolls because it's definitely not 3rd or lower.
Okay, they have to make. Let me check what.
The area.
The cave itself has to make this roll.
Well, whatever it is, they have to make it a spellcasting ability check, and they have to beat.
Yours, I assume?
10 plus whatever the spell's level is.
Okay.
Or whatever they're casting it at.
Wait, to beat yours?
That's what counterspell is. If it has a casting spell of 4th or higher, so you've said it is casting at least at level 4, they have to make an ability Oh, no. I have to make... Do I have to
I was about to say, don't you have to make the ability check?
Okay, I have to make the ability check.
Okay, just so we're clear, I'm like, why am I doing
In fairness, I have used counterspell once this entire game, and we have not had to get this far.
It's true. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so my
Quick, you're a bard now. You have to sing a little ditty while you're doing it.
Yeah, you do. Or tap your feet. Diggledy 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 diggledy.
Wait, have we established that my wizard spells and my bard spells are different? Like they're separate beings?
Yeah, you haven't quite figured that out yet.
Hey, I know a song you can sing while we're down here.
Out of game, because he still hasn't figured out he's a bard.
Oh, out of game, yes. Your bard spells and your wizard spells are two different
This is still
things.
a wizard spell.
Oh,
okay.
You should just sing a song about how we're just in like some secret tunnel down here.
So, is it a save or spellcasting ability is...
Ow! Fuck.
Be careful, Lannon.
Okay. So
this cave was built for tiny people.
Ouch. Anyway, that is an 18.
18. Okay.
So if if the spell level is higher than 8.
If the spell level is higher than 8.
So 9.
Wait, how long?
Is
Yeah,
this a
I was gonna say,
9th
so
level
9.
spell?
So, okay, what does counterspell look like when you go to cast it?
Well, I imagine he just does the same general thing for all of his spells, and that's just his eyes glowing blue, and he fires some, and like, as far as counterspell itself goes, I always imagine it, like, has one of those, you know, like, when you drop something in a pond, it, like, makes that ripple effect?
Ooh, yeah.
I imagine that kind of emanates from his staff.
Okay. His cane, his pimp cane of pimpness.
Yeah, his glass cane.
His glass cane. Okay, so you, like, tap the ground, and this... Svein, to you, Svein, and to you, Lannon, you see, like, this blue ripple. Or not blue. It's like an indigo ripple now. Is it an indigo ripple? Yeah, indigo ripple kind of go out. And it keeps kind of, like, rippling out. And then all of a sudden, all the lines just get super fucked up. Like someone just ripped a chord on an electric guitar. And it dissipates.
That's a new color.
Is
interesting.
Did counterspell go off?
Counterspell went off. It just didn't work.
This is a 9th level spell.
Kennam, everything okay there? That was...
Kennam is white as a fucking sheet.
We need to go.
I don't know what this is, but it's strong.
Well,
sheet.
Let's see.
Okay.
Could split.
Go that way?
Horrible
I
idea.
heard something about a body.
Split the party.
Oh, split the party. I was like, we could get the body. And I was like, Lannon, what did you do?
You don't know what Lannon did.
Oh,
I don't.
That is not good.
What, like
Well, gotta make a decision, baby boys. What you gotta do?
Listen, either this cave is emanating some serious bullshit.
Well, now, what is this ring that we're looking for again?
The Ring of the Grammarian.
And what does it do?
It changes one letter in a spell.
Well...
So you could turn, like... Chromatic Orb into Chromatic Orc.
Well, maybe someone is using the ring to interfere with Kennam's spell.
Shouldn't amplify, though. It usually just alters. This is... I'm just saying, if we're going forward more, I'm going to be pretty freaking useless.
Now, I would like to clarify something. When you did this counterspell and when you were doing the... Actually, roll me Arcana real quick. I'm not going to tell you this yet.
Yeah, you're gonna tell me. That's a 22.
Okay. So here's the deal with this, counterspell force field or something. Kennam, it is very specifically tuned to certain spells. It would be spells like tracking or like counterspell. It's very finely tuned, and that's why it's... You assume this is why it's so fucking powerful, because it's been specially designed to, like, counteract very specific spells.
It is like, designed to fuck with you.
It's designed to fuck with you in a certain way. Like, if you tapped your cane on the ground and you tried to cast a fireball, you can still do it. It's just, there are certain spells that don't work. Or that it's going to be very hard to cast because this counterspell aura is present.
Just counters
Okay,
locations.
Well, that's like half my kit, friends. I've got that and fire.
Well, fire is very useful.
Yeah.
I know that I was saying that fire doesn't solve everything earlier, but... Well, maybe so in this case.
Well, I mean,
I like to
could solve everything.
I like to also point out that you fuckers still have a Wand of Wonder.
I do, and I do plan on using it if we get into an issue.
Yeah.
Why would you tell us this?
Well, because, personally, deep down inside, I'm just a masochist.
I say, let's go on to the left, follow the tracks, see what we find.
There was a wonderful halfling taught me at a young age. He always wore a snake mask. He always said go left if there was ever an issue.
I fucking hate you.
Well, then let's go left.
All right. So you boys start to head left, and you are greeted with the sight of a cave-in. Not to the extent where you definitely couldn't, shimmy up and around this thing, but, it's a pretty narrow squeeze if you wanted to do that. Also, the possibility of rocks just, falling everywhere. You can see through the cracks that there is light shining through the other side, and it is not the same sort of light that... Oh, excuse me, that was a burpee. It's not the same sort of light that is coming from the orange bits of coral. It seems to be like a weird, muted, blackish color. There's no other way to explain it. It just seems weirdly muted.
Well, that doesn't look good.
How much mimicro you have on you there, Lannon?
Just 2 vials. About.
Just enough to make a beaten axe.
You could try and keep the ceiling from caving in on us while we shimmy in.
Have the mimicry turn into 2 giant hands.
Boy.
That would be tough.
Yeah, it would. These things are way more interested in weapons than mundane objects.
Yeah.
Or
Then,
physical body parts.
Shall we try and shimmy in?
Hold on. Lannon takes out one of his poles and wants to create a pickaxe.
Oh,
Because he
okay.
doesn't actually have that on him.
Should we not make noise around the cave that made me go boom?
I do
It
like
did
the way
not-
that you're thinking, Kennam.
Boom how? Boom in your pants? Or... Because you turned kind of white there.
Listen, that was a flawless counterspell.
It was something.
They found a flaw in something nearly flawless. This is kind of scary. I don't want to be near this. I
It
don't
is
want
the
to go.
immovable object.
It is scary. I don't want this. Let's
I don't
not
want
get
this
angry.
life.
Let's not get it angry.
Well, yes.
Fine.
So what do you want to do?
Why not just move the rocks a bit? Because this is already small for me.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're a
Yeah,
thin
you're not a
dude,
shorty.
though.
You're not a shorty.
I'm not
But you're
short.
a thin dude. You
I'm-
can crawl.
I'm thin, but my armor is not.
It's
So
true.
take off the armor, slide under, and pull the armor under.
How long would that take to put back on, Cat?
I think it typically takes about 5 or so minutes.
We'll help.
Alright, fine.
Strip show, strip show, strip show.
As I used to do in Neverwinter, strip for the king. The king's dead, so...
Woo!
Maybe Kennam
Might
and
as
I
well.
should go through first, just in case you get stuck, Lannon. Then
Solid idea.
it doesn't get us all stuck.
Understandable.
Alright, if you...
And go see
if
what's
you
on
are
the other
gonna
side.
Yeah, if you were gonna try and, shimmy through this rock pile, you are gonna have to make me acrobatics.
Alright.
I'm
Here
not
goes.
opposed to this. I have... What did we end up calling them? The kickflip shoes of destiny?
Yeah. They are the kickflip shoes. of destiny.
Natural
I-
20!
Yo!
Plus 4.
God, that was a loud clatter.
Wow.
I knocked one of my little things over while I was rolling.
Aw.
But, it's a 24.
Wow.
Kickflip shoes, man.
Kickflip shoes of destiny.
Yeah.
So, Kennam, you have no problem. How do you get through Kennam? I'm gonna let you describe it.
Well, considering I'm using these kickflip shoes, I imagine if anyone, I'm just gonna... Wait, I'm fucking 2 feet tall. I could probably walk under it.
Maybe.
Well, I'm
You
closer to 8
can
feet,
walk
but
under
whatever.
it, but you
But
could be
you-
cooler about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could.
Do a
Also,
Warframe
there's-
slide under it.
Yeah. I'll slide under it.
Okay, so you slide under, pretty dope. I just assume Svein turns into like a fucking snake and slithers through the tiniest crack imaginable.
Yeah. He's gonna like back up and then just do like a running dive.
So basically you Olympic pole vaulted over this. But just with your body and no pole.
Yeah.
Okay, you two have successfully made it to the other side. Lannon, are you still gonna wait?
Doing this.
There you go.
I mean, the entire few seconds that they took getting through there, Lannon's just been taking off his armor.
Okay, so you're still taking off your armor at this point. While Lannon is still taking off armor, I will describe the other side to you two tiny boys. You are face to face, kind of with the impossible. It's another sort of square-ish room, and there aren't any coral bits on this side, and that's because in this room there is a solid-looking black cube of water.
This is looking eerily familiar.
You can see that whatever glowing you saw on the other side is coming within. So when I say that it's a pure black cube of water, that's not really true. It's just kind of very dark. And the light source is coming inside. And you can roll me perception to see if you can see what else is in this cube.
It's an ooze, isn't it? It's a fucking ooze, isn't it?
No.
Please don't be black sludge.
Well, you can also do a nature check to see if it's a ooze.
I'll do perception.
Well,
that's a 21.
Perception.
A 3 on perception. Okay, no, Kennam, you're just having fucking non-flashbacks at this point. Ooze flashbacks. Svein, how'd you fare?
21.
Ooh, for perception?
Yes.
That's good. You can see that where this light source is coming from, the faintest outline of a cart. And it looks like it's sort of free-floating a bit.
Oh.
There's a couple of chests surrounding it.
Yep, black sludge.
Black sludge. You guys can roll me a nature check.
Nature check. Oh, that's an 8.
That is a 16.
16. Svein, you're now having non-flashbacks if you think this is a ooze. Kennam, you are inspecting this carefully, and you realize, no, it's not an ooze. This is literally just free. It's water. Something is holding it in this box-like shape, but you kind of like very gingerly touch your hand to it, and it just feels wet, and it ripples like water would.
Have I gotten my armor off and crawled
You've
through?
gotten your armor off at this point.
I assume I've crawled through, and I'm starting
Make
to put
that-
on my...
No, make that roll. Gotta make that roll.
Alright.
You could do acrobatics.
Athletics, just charge through.
Please don't.
I was gonna, like, try an army crawl.
Army crawl. You can make me athletics then.
Yes!
I'll take it.
Yes! 23.
Okay, yeah, you get through just fine. I don't know how you're gonna pull your armor through, though. This is gonna be interesting.
I mean, it doesn't have anyone inside it anymore, so I imagine it would, at the very least, be disassemblable.
I mean, it is disassembled. It's just like some of the pieces are big.
Yeah, but I mean, it can't be too much larger than his body.
We'll see how it goes.
That is true.
Wait.
I guess. Yeah.
Can we retcon it and say that I tied my 50 feet of rope to my armor so I could just pull it through?
I mean, listen. You still can, but I still have to make you roll a roll, so you don't like knock a fucking rock over and now your armor is crushed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't really be destroyed. It's magically enchanted.
I mean,
Yeah, but
don't say that.
I don't think rocks care.
I don't think rocks give a fuck.
It won't quite fit the same after this.
Roll me sleight of hand.
Ooh. I'm happy you say that.
Okay, I'm glad you're happy.
because everyone in this party is proficient in sleight of hand for some reason.
Don't know why,
I'm
but
not
you
actually.
are.
I get because of our level up, I get half my proficiency in dexterity stuff that I don't already have proficiency in.
Interesting. Okay, go ahead, make that roll.
It's a 22.
Yeah, you have no problem like fishy lining this thing through. And you get your armor, and it's like, hey guys, what's going? And now you're looking at this like black watery cube.
I just hear a blah.
A blur.
Well, who wants to go for a swim?
I'm gonna touch it with shocking grasp.
What do you do?
Fuck this.
I guess.
Roll me damage, I guess.
I didn't think I'd actually have to roll damage on water.
Well, I want to see. Listen, I want to see how you do.
Yeah, but there's stuff in the water. You're gonna mess it up.
Yeah, damn.
Burn the cart.
Is there stuff in the water?
She said there was a cart.
There is a cart. You are correct.
Fair enough. I mean, it's a cantrip, so it can't do too much damage.
I mean, just, yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I don't know.
It's
How
magnified
well you
by
gonna
the
roll?
water.
It's 1d8. I got a 7.
Okay, you... What the fuck?
How much is it magnified by the water?
I was about to say it's ×2 because of water.
Yeah,
So that's 14. Okay, so you touch this water again, and there's just like a all across the water. You see like streaks of indigo lightning just shooting through. Some of it kind of ripples off of the chests, sort of indicating that these are made of iron and, you know, iron and conducting and whatever that. You also hear this.
Jesus.
But I guess it's more bubbled, so it's like, wait.
I'll have to listen back to that now. God damn it, Cat.
Thank you, water. And just for a brief second, you see like this flash, like this huge flash of light. And just for a moment, you see what looks like a terrifying amalgamation of a humanoid and a fish kind of smooshed together. And then, like, as soon as the electricity dies, it's just left with this very faint outline shape. And
Burnt to a crisp.
Another light flashes on, and it's like this eerie blue spectral looking light, and you guys see swimming around in this black cube is it's about 4 or so feet large, and it looks like somebody stuffed, like I said, a humanoid shape with an angler fish. It's like the top part of this body is humanoid, but it's been warped. It's got scales on it. It's got these 2 bugging eyes. It's got this giant angler light against it, and its lower body is nothing but like a giant set of needle sharp jaws, and it pulls out into this tail, and it's fucking swimming around furiously in this black cube, just shrieking.
Putting armor on faster.
Sorry about that. Didn't know anyone was in there.
It turns to you, Kennam, and it is making a ram towards the cube's wall.
Can I take a step back?
You can take a lot of steps back.
Can I take a dive back?
You can take a dive back.
I'm gonna take a dive back.
I assume everyone does this.
Yeah.
I'm still by the cave-in.
Yeah. So this thing, kind of just like smashes through the water, and it hits the ground, and I need Svein, and I need, Kennam, even though you said you step back, I need you both to make dexterity saving throws, because this motherfucker is going to try and bite you. Or in Kennam's case, eat you. Actually, in Svein's case, eat you too, I guess.
Tiny people.
Tiny people.
Alright, let me try and find... I can't find if I'm proficient in that. Oh, well, I guess I'm not then.
Alright.
Dexterity save?
Yeah, it's a dexterity saving throw.
Would this be an
17.
area of effect? Because he's trying to eat both of us?
Oh, are you trying to do your... Okay.
If it's evasion, I think it only
Yeah.
works for magic.
Oh, maybe.
Let's check. Everybody check. Look up
Yeah.
evasion all at once.
Yay!
Note to self, keep the list of classes on a separate tab.
Yeah.
Oh, God, seriously, though. We always ask.
Evasion is 7th level.
Well, we just got it. So.
You can nimbly dodge out of the way of certain area effects.
Such as Red Dragon's Fire Breath or an Ice Storm spell. I mean, it doesn't say it has to be just magic.
Yeah.
It does sound like it kind of has to be, like, a cone of sorts,
When
though?
you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take
that's
half
true.
damage, you instead take no damage if you succeed.
It is just dexterity, so you know what? Yeah, I go for it.
Alright.
Go ahead, use your evasion.
Thanks.
17
All right.
on my end.
17 for yours.
17 on my end.
I
Okay.
be evading. I got 18.
Good. You two nimbly jump out of the way, kind of dive back a bit as this thing slides
Whoa.
across the ground, and it's like fucking Pac-Man.
Does it move outside of water?
That's a good follow-up
We're
question.
gonna find out.
It kind of slides to a stop a couple feet from the rock pile, so just like a little bit away from you, Lannon, as you're putting your armor on in rapid succession.
I have like 80% of it.
Yeah, 80% of it at this point. You're like trying to get your helmet on, like, fuck. And now it's kind of just there, and it's breathing very heavily. And the humanoid part's face, like, twists up in rage. And it goes, wait, hold on.
Yep. Oh my god. No, stop it.
It's not
This
underwater
episode is
anymore.
brought to you by water.
This episode is brought to you by the letter K.
By the feeling wets.
Feeling wet.
Water is not wet. Alright, continue.
Now, my question is, we can start an initiative, or y'all are just gonna run the fuck away. What are you gonna do?
Well, is it
no.
able to move? Does it look
No,
like
it's flopping in place right now. It still has tricks up its sleeve, though.
In that case, I'm gonna be
probably should've
kind.
told-
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
be kind to it. Try and go. Do you understand us? Hello?
What are you talking in right now?
Well, common's a good place to start.
Probably
Give
only
it a glass.
speaks Alcuin.
You should get a
Does-
glass of water and just
Does the human
start gargling when you talk.
Does the humanoid-esque side of it look like anything in particular, like halfling or
You can make me perception.
14?
14. It looks big enough, or I should say small enough, that this could be a halfling. Like, you remember how the harpies weren't exactly that big and they looked about halfling size?
Yeah.
Same deal here. Eerily same deal here.
Gonna go out on a limb and say this was a halfling at one point.
Mhm.
I'ma speak to it in halfling then.
What do you say?
Again, sorry about that. Are you okay? Can you breathe?
Svein's
told
gonna
you, It only
use.
speaks Alcuin.
Oh wait.
Oh wait, yeah, we have comprehend
Yes.
languages.
Yes, I have comprehend language, but can I maybe cast it on Kennam instead, since he's the one doing
I've
the
got
talking?
comprehend languages, don't
Oh,
worry.
okay.
That's
All right.
myself.
Well,
Comprehend
Svein's
language
gonna cast it on
buddies.
himself.
Lannon understands nothing.
Lannon's still frantically trying to
Yeah.
get his armor on, thinking of the best way to cut up this thing into some delicious sashimi.
Yeah,
95%.
should go.
95%. Okay, so you guys cast comprehend languages?
Yep.
He starts like, yeah, go for it.
Okay. I can't talk with my mouth full of water, so I won't do it.
We'll just pretend.
It's not. It's
I'll
not
choke.
underwater. It's not
I'll
underwater. So
No, but listen, it was a good bit. But I'm not gonna risk choking.
do it for the podcast. No.
No, I can't choke for the podcast. You hear, kind of intermingled with the gurgling and the shrieking, it hurts! It hurts! And then more of,
No, stop it. Catherine, please.
okay, I'll stop.
I wish. Kennam's gonna like start tapping his foot and go. I wish there was something I could do to help that. What could I? And he like starts tapping his hands and getting into a bit of a rhythm with it and go. Is there anything I can do to help this person? And he's gonna like kind of look at the burn a second and accidentally cast Cure Wounds.
So you do a
He's
little
beginning
Watusi.
to understand his abilities.
You do a little Watusi, and the you watch as this. What's it look like when you cast it?
First off, I get to roll a d8 for how much health they regain.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Negative
It's
1.
7.
Hey,
You're 7.
you got half of that health back. That's good.
Yeah, I'm going to imagine in this case, since it's bardic, it's more of a like a indigo kind of wave over around her.
Little music notes pop up. Kiss her boo-boos.
Okay, you made it a lot creepier than it was, but
The notes have mouths, but they don't have eyes.
They do wop. They go doop doo 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 doo.
well, that's new.
Doo.
Are you okay now?
You see that this thing is
Hurt a little less?
still kind of panting very heavily. Like the breath is raspy.
Oh shit!
And
it
it's
needs
like-
water, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like can't breathe.
Lannon's gonna grab it by the tail and toss it back into the cube.
Lennon can't hear this.
I know.
Still
but
probably
it's a
doing
fish.
it
It probably
regardless.
fucking needs water.
Fair enough.
It doesn't need electricity.
It does not need that electricity. Okay, roll me strength check or athletics.
Athletics?
Yeah.
22.
Yeah, you fucking get behind this fish, hawk it by its tail, and just kind of like Mario spin it back into the cube of water. And
Feeling a bit better?
it's motionless for a minute, you know, like how you drop a fish in water and it's stunned.
Yeah.
And then it slowly starts to move again. And it makes like a very slow circle around the cart. And the humanoid part locks eyes with you again. And it shrieks. Like whatever brief humanity it had in its eyes, it's gone again. It is shrieking. It is furious. The light is going crazy on top of its head. And I actually need you guys to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at those.
Does it have to do with charming?
Less good at those.
Yeah, not. Got a 4.
13?
Yes, Lannon, it has to do with charming.
Alright, cool. 12.
You got a 12.
So,
Yeah.
a 4, a 13, and a 12.
Yeah,
Wow,
we're on
guys.
top of things.
Wow, guys.
Good for everything
Okay.
else. Not this.
We need to... Oh my god. Okay. You all suddenly feel light as air as this flashing strobe show sort of overtakes all of your senses.
Color spray.
And
Isn't this nice?
in that horrifying mixture of like fish and human starts to become more alluring for some reason.
It's a siren.
And it's, I mean, like, listen, this was an ugly piece of work at first, but now suddenly, like, wow, that's a hot babe. And
Lucy?
she's like fully figured, and she's got this little dainty figure, and she's like gesturing to you, all three of you, to come closer. And you all start to take a step forward, and then another step forward. And now you're all inside the cube. But you don't notice. You can hold your breath. It's fine. I mean, you got to get closer to this woman. And so you start to swim, and she starts to smile, and she just looks so innocent, and how could this thing possibly hurt you? And
Then it goes to hurt you.
yeah, no, like
This is
flipping
where our
from
adventure ends, guys.
No, listen,
Yeah.
you flip out of your vision, and you see like this fucking anglerfish is just like slowly raising its mouth to fucking chop you guys in half. Like it's not looking good. And then all of a sudden, there's another terrible shriek. And you guys look in your sort of happy vision, and you see that there is suddenly like a spear, and it's kind of driven through her head a bit, and the vision starts to waver a bit. It's like flipping in between this really beautiful, attractive woman and this horrifying fucking creature. And it keeps wavering, and I need you guys to make another wisdom saving throw, but do it with advantage.
Good.
I already have advantage, so do I get double
Well,
advantage?
then double advantage.
Nice.
Okay.
Alright.
So it's an
Okay.
18,
17.
and then a
17.
16, so
Okay.
18.
19.
Okay. Lannon and Svein, you suddenly snap too. You are in this fucking cube of water. Not sure exactly how you got there. This horrifying... Yeah. This horrifying anglerfish monster is reeling back. Its humanoid side is, like, grabbing at this spear that is lodged into its eye. And you see your buddy Kennam. He's still kind of swimming towards it. And what do?
Grab his foot.
Wonder how long we can hold our breaths.
I believe it's 1 minute per constitution point.
Oh, Lord.
It's a while. You have time.
That's a while.
Okay, so Svein, you grab Kennam?
Yes.
Okay, I need you boys to make a swim check if you want to get the fuck out of here.
Wait. How far away is the cart?
Oh my god. Well, Svein, you are about in the middle of stuff, so you've got about equal distance to the cart and also to the exit.
Alright, Svein wants to use his mage hand to try and get something out of there.
Okay. Oh my god. So, alright, first you gotta make me like a swim, because you're kind of pulling against Kennam. Kennam, I need you to make a strength. We're gonna do this contest thing.
While they're doing that, Lannon wants to push that spear even further into the damn thing.
Alright, so you swim on up then. You make me strength as well.
Wait, a 17 didn't make it?
Kind of. You're like fluctuating between the two visages, and you're like,
That is a 19 on strength.
It's an
Wow.
18 on strength.
How about you, Kennam? How you doing strength?
I don't know. I
Negative
didn't figure
2.
I was doing anything.
You need to roll because you're still sort of fighting against Svein, but not...
I'm... Okay, then... Literally, I can... You said it was a 19 on strength?
Svein
Yes,
got a 19
that
on
is
strength.
correct.
Best case scenario, I match it.
Okay, so you're not gonna win this anyway.
Best case scenario, I match it.
Okay, well, let's just see for funsies.
That's a 2.
Okay, never mind.
Thank you.
Svein, you have no problem tugging this halfling out of... Oh, excuse me. You have no problem tugging this halfling out of the... kind of away from this monstrosity. Lannon, while you see Svein kind of pulling Kennam to safety, you put both of your hands behind the other, and you fucking ram this spear into this creature's head. I want you to roll me damage.
What's the damage? I don't do spear.
I know.
Spear.
The spears.
It's
You don't-
D6, by the way.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's D6. Add your strengths.
9.
9!
Ooh,
Okay. You push this thing in.
9 from the spear.
9 to spiel. Suddenly turned German. And, are you still holding on to the spear?
Am I?
Yeah.
No, I push it in and let the fuck go.
Okay. Well, you then watch. So this thing pushes in. There's blood everywhere. This thing is just raving mad, super in pain. And, you suddenly notice that the spear twitches a bit. And you watch as it starts to get pulled out. And as you follow sort of the end of the spear, you see that it's, like, on a chain.
Oh.
Giant harpoon gun.
Somebody knows what's up.
Are we outside of the water at this point?
Yes, at this point, Svein, you are outside of the. You pull out of the water. You pull Kennam out of the water. You pull one of the chests out of the water with you.
Sweet.
And like I said, Lannon, the spear's whipping back out. What do you do?
Grab the spear.
All right, you grab the spear, and you feel yourself get like pulled out of this water at like light speed. You fall kind of stomach first onto the ground. I'm sure all of you are sort of coughing at this point.
Yes. Gasping
And-
for fresh air.
Yeah, this is fucking fresh air. And you watch as like this spear retracts and pulls back into whoever shot this spear, and it taps the ground a bit, and you hear like a bit of a chuckle, and someone kind of from the dark says, "Oh, Blackjack, we've really got to stop meeting like this." And out from the depths of the cave steps Lucy.
Alright, Lannon's conflicted. Does he go to give her a hug, or does he finish off the fish first?
I've got
mean,
the
the-
monster.
The fish is still thrashing around inside the black cube.
Doesn't matter if you've got the monster. I still want to take it on.
He's got to make himself look good in front of his lady friend.
Exactly. How else am I gonna get on a date with her?
Yeah, no, Lucy, also known as Tamora, or more commonly Lady Luck, is standing before you boys. What do you do?
Am I still charmed?
No, you're good at this point. You hit the ground pretty hard.
Okay. Well, I definitely did try. Chromatic Orb Lightning.
Well, isn't this my lucky day?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll that. Do you have to roll anything?
Better idea.
What?
Better idea.
Don't say I didn't try. Catapult with the knife.
Oh my god. Okay.
Because there'll be a soul in there.
There'll be a soul in there. Oh, that knife. Ah.
That knife.
I got you. Okay.
Because
Then
nobody
you-
got that knife off of Kennam.
That's true.
We
You
took
still
it
have
out
it.
of Kennam, but still
Okay.
on him.
Now, catapult requires something, doesn't it?
Dex save.
Dex save? Okay, you launch this knife, and Tamora's like, oop, well, this could go either one way or another. And, oh, you lucky bitches. The knife suddenly starts to glow golden, and you see Lucy kind of light up, and she's like, oh, this is going to be good. And you watch as this knife fucking, like, rockets into the water, and doesn't just stab this anglerfish, the fucking knife goes straight through the anglerfish. And you hear like a pick on the other side as it goes directly through the cube and hits the wall on the other side. And this thing lets out one more shriek.
Please
And
don't.
you watch. I promised I wasn't gonna do it again.
Thank God.
Too
No.
bad.
This thing lets out one more shriek as it starts to, Kennam, like you saw before, just decompose before your eyes. Like, the scales start to tear away from itself, the flesh is stripping from bone, and the humanoid side of it looks at you guys one more time before it's just completely stripped to skull, and the whole mass just slowly floats to the bottom. Nothing but just a pile of bones that even, like, then starts to slowly decompose.
So that's what happens.
Prestidigitation, clean the water up. Clean as much of the water up as I can. Clean as much of it up as I can. I'll just keep hitting it.
And,
Well then.
you hear Lucy sigh relief, like, well, I'm glad luck was in our favor at least that time. And you watch her sort of sheath the spear, and she says, so, boys, is this, just a normal tryst for you three? Walking into the mouth of a horrifying monster?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
In fairness, this isn't the first, nor will it be the last.
Par for the course.
Par for the course.
Oh wait, what's a golf course?
And she says, well, I'm glad I found you boys when I did then. I didn't think I'd make it in time.
Wait. You
Who are you?
two haven't met. That's right.
No, I don't think so.
Right. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, little dwarf person, you can call me Lucy, or you can call me Tamora, goddess of luck.
Okay, I'm Svein. Goddess.
Wait a minute.
Yes, we have friends at high places.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And just crosses his arms and goes, yeah.
I've already met Kennam. How are you doing?
Gonna take a look at my health. Yeah, I'm okay.
And then, of course, I couldn't forget my favorite game player, and she's looking now at you, Lannon. Finger guns. Classy.
Can I cast friends on him to make that better?
So he doesn't
Happy
look like a total
cake.
weeb.
Exactly.
And Tamora is looking up at this black cube, and she's like, wow, what on earth did you guys get yourself into?
We're still trying to figure that out.
Solid question.
Wait, what are you doing in the big counterspell cave?
The big what?
The big fuck off cave, you know. Place we're in.
Oh, that oppressing counterspell that makes me want to choke and kill myself.
Oh, don't you know it?
Yes, well, I happened to
I
find you
had
out...
a wander.
Yeah. Well, I got the sense that you guys might need my help, so I, came on over.
Hold on.
We appreciate it.
Wait,
Totally
you sense
appreciate
that
it.
shit?
That was gonna be my question. You know when we're gonna be in trouble?
Well, boys, I don't quite know how to put this delicately, so I suppose I'll say it. You all have the absolute worst luck I've ever seen in my life.
This is true.
Yes.
And, to be fair, I did have a little bit of help with directions.
Now
I
I'm
believe you...
confused.
I believe you call her Ear Snow?
Oh, god damn it.
We happened to cross paths, and she said you boys might need help. She was not wrong.
Wait. What do you mean? When you say you call her Ears, what do you call her?
And she's like looking at you guys long and hard and says, I'll leave that for her to decide if she wants to tell you.
In fairness, she did say she was going to reveal everything when she got back, so it's not that big a deal.
Taking note of that.
But I'm taking note of that.
Oh, she's probably not going to be thrilled with me with that. Anyway.
She won't know.
We didn't hear it
Listen.
from you.
We already know she has another face. A name would only follow along with it.
Likely. Yes, Ear certainly likes to keep her secrets. How well she keeps those secrets sort of fluctuates with each century. So, that's fun.
Taking
Century.
note of that.
What?
Wow, I'm really just, like, blabbering on. I'm sorry, I'm glad to see you guys again.
Back at the spell book, just taking notes.
She's, like, furiously writing. She's like, okay, maybe we should change the subjects a bit. What are you boys doing in the fuck-off cave?
We're looking for a ring.
I'm putting that on the map now.
Fuck-off cave?
Fuck
Ooh.
off cave.
Okay.
Need to add that to Svein's pop-up book.
We'll make
okay.
sure.
I was more so asking why you're looking for a ring in the first place. I thought Ear said that you were trying to solve some sort of crisis.
We were,
Yes.
but
Then the ring was stolen.
yeah. It's very
This
important,
is-
and my mother will kill the messenger if we don't get it back.
Excellent. Well, I was sent to help, so I suppose I'm looking for a ring now.
Cool. Question: how many more chests, if any, are in that water?
3.
Okay. Are they all?
Yeah, can we just mage hand them out, like push it
Yeah.
out? It's
All right.
water.
Yeah, let's mage hand him.
Oh, dang.
Screw it, mage hand.
I see you boys are interested in the treasure.
Always.
Yes.
Like you wouldn't be.
Oh,
she's
don't
a
get me
god.
wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
listen, I'm also the goddess. Listen, I am the goddess of shiny things as well. I appreciate something that glitters.
You want some? I'm sure we can't carry all of it. Unless the chests are empty, in which case I want a chest.
Please let there be a bag of holding. Please let there be a bag of holding.
So you start opening chests one by one, and it looks like it's just pieces of sea glass at first. Like you open one chest and it looks like a somewhat cylindrical piece of greenish sea glass, and you open another chest and now it looks like some kind of white oaken wood, and you open another piece of, or another chest and it's like another piece that's sort of like a headpiece to something, and then you open a fourth chest and it looks like the base piece to something.
Should we put it together? Also, can we keep a chest? I mean, I was going to build my own, but this seems like it's going to be a lot easier.
I mean, they're about your size, so go for it. I don't know how if you're gonna actually carry it the whole time or just kind of leave it at the entrance.
I've got an idea. We'll get it on the way back.
Just break it to bits and then stick those bits in a bag.
And then use mend.
Yeah, just use mend.
That'd be a lot of men.
But yeah, so all 4 of these chests reveal like 4 pieces of something.
Okay.
Then let's put it together.
We need to put this together.
You need to
Maybe.
you need to make me a crafting check then.
There is no crafting here.
What's
There's
a craft?
no base craft
What's
check.
crafting?
I've got carpenter's tools, and I've got proficiency in carpentry.
We'll take it.
All right, what does that pair with?
Just do like a 1d20 and then add your carpentry skills. For the rest of you, just 1d20. Or your proficiency, I'm sorry.
Do I get the +2 for using carpenter's tools?
Yeah. Do you bring your carpenter's tools everywhere?
You don't?
It's an 18.
I mean, it's just a bag. I imagine it's like a bag in my bag.
Oh, and you just roll it up. Yeah, I get you. Okay, so
15.
Lannon got it. 18, 15.
Lannon's got this. I rolled a 2.
Oh,
You take
man.
one look at this, and you're
So
like,
it's like a 7 or 8.
it's a magic toothpick.
You don't know how to use your tools. You just start throwing your hammer and nails at it. It's not working.
Guys, my tools are wet. Can't.
They're
can't imagine.
completely useless.
This hammer, it needs to be dry.
It's
completely
waterlogged.
ignoring the fact that I have prestidigitation and could easily dry it off.
Oh, that's such a burden, Kennam. I'm so sorry. So Lannon, Svein, you have no problem kind of piecing this thing together. And eventually you have this very ornate-looking staff. There's green sea glass veins sort of like woven in. The bottom is like pure sea glass, and the top is like this very beautiful headpiece of like bits of sharpened coral. The center has sort of this hourglass-looking piece in it. Or not an hourglass, I'm sorry. Just like a gem of some sort. And, what's her name? Lucy takes a look at it and she says, wait a minute. I think I know what this is. Can I see that for a second?
Maybe it's a staff of wonder.
My
No, God.
goodness.
No,
we
God.
can have the collection. Gotta catch 'em all.
Blackjack, can I see it?
It's all yours.
And Lucy takes the staff and she kind of runs her hands up and down it for a second.
Wait,
like
is
she's-
your name Blackjack?
It's a nickname.
Oh, okay.
And she's like very delicately like brushing her fingers along the veins of sea glass. And she looks very solemn. And after a moment of silence, she kind of turns the staff upwards and points it towards the water and starts moving her arm to the right, and the water is following it.
I want one.
Ooh.
You have enough toys.
And she says,
Listen, who else here is our resident magic expert?
Wait, but how tall is this staff?
this thing is fucking huge. Like, listen, Lucy... Did I say how
carry
tall
it
Lucy
Imagine
was?
Kennam walking around with this.
Wait, did I say how tall Lucy was? Fuck.
Not that I remember.
She's 1 foot tall.
No, she's not.
I
We're
can
gonna-
imagine it's similar.
We're gonna go she's like a little shorter than Lannon. That's the official canon now. Because that'll be easy to remember. It's her height. This thing is huge. And you see her like controlling this water, and tears start to prick at the side of her, like the corners of her eyes. And her hand starts to shake a bit, and the water just sort of splats to the ground, the water she pulled out. And she says, I don't know how this got here. How did this get here? And she's just looking at the staff now, and now the tears are like falling down from her face.
You alright?
She looks up at you, Lannon, and she quickly wipes her face off, and she says, I'm okay. This staff belonged to a friend of mine. I don't know why it's here.
I now have a thought, and I'm going to use one of my rings to pull the knife back.
Okay.
Because that's still on the wall, I think.
Oh, yeah. I know how we're going to get to the bottom of the ocean.
Here, keep your ring. I'll mage hand it for you. I got it as a cantrip, so you keep the ring for emergencies.
Alright.
Alright, so you guys just gonna pull it back now?
Yeah. There's a seed on there, right?
In a way, there is.
Color?
Who's pulling back the knife?
Kennam.
I'll pull it back and give it to
Okay,
give it to
Kennam.
Lannon.
You are pulling back this knife with Mage Hand. It dips through the water for a second, but the whatever is on there is still attached. And it kind of like makes a sound as it comes out of the other side of the water. And you guys look at this, and for a minute, you don't know what you're looking at. It looks like a sapling, for sure. It's the right size, it's the right shape. But something's really wrong with it. It's got these, like, instead of the little tree branches, it's got these horrible looking brambles. Like, the color is murky and it looks black, but it kind of fluctuates between yellow and green and purple and indigo and violet and orange. And it's just like when you've pulled these seeds out before, it gives off an aura. Maybe it gives off an aura of like determination or wisdom or knowledge or healing. This just feels bad. This just feels like you're holding decay and death itself in your hand.
Is this friend possibly decay and death itself?
Lucy doesn't say anything. She looks at the seed and she looks at the staff, and now her hands are trembling worse.
I'm going to say yes.
And she says, "Boys, I'd like to stay here and help you, but I have to go do something."
All right.
Okay.
And she looks at the staff, and again, it kind of starts to glow this golden color. And you see it start to shrink and shrink and shrink until it's about wand size. And she looks to you, Lannon, and she says, "Make sure nobody sees this."
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I mean, it's glass. Couldn't we just break it?
She gives you such a fucking death stare, Kennam, at this idea.
You wanted it gone, didn't you?
And she says, "If you break that staff..."
I'll make sure he doesn't.
And her face kind of softens a bit, and she nods, and she takes her staff back out, or her spear back out, and she turns and she says, "Boys, there's a lot you don't know."
Oh, we know that.
Yeah, no shit.
No, listen. I hope Ears finishes whatever she needs to do and comes back, because you boys are getting way too deep into this. If you want to get out of this now, listen, I can help Ears with whatever she needs help with, but if you want to get out of this, it's only going to get worse.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good here.
Got nothing better to do.
Yeah. We are learning a lot, too, so that's good.
And she nods, and she says, "Okay, then I'm going to leave this with you." And Lannon, she is going to pull out a card, like a playing deck, like a one single playing deck card fuck it, whatever, you know what I mean.
Playing card?
Yeah, and she's going to hold it out to you, and it is the Queen of Hearts. And she says, "I'm not always going to be close by, but if you ever need me, we'll play a game, all right? Just ask me to play and I'll be there."
Did she just do the goddess of luck equivalent of "call me"?
Call me.
Here's my number.
Here's my number. And she's gonna smile and wait, I'm gonna roll a thing. Ah, you lucky bitch. And she is going to very briefly give you a kiss on the cheek, Lannon, and she's gonna be off. She like disappears in like a glittery of golden glitter.
Oh man, Jan would have loved to see that glitter.
It was yellow day. Damn it.
Damn it! I'm gonna say this, Lannon. You're still holding that wand. I would like everybody to make me a religion check.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Not as great with religion.
7.
Nobody went to Bible school.
19. Nope. I think he taught Bible school.
Do I get advantage if it has to do with Tamora?
It doesn't have to do with Tamora.
Damn it.
I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
Fuck it, that's a natural 20 anyway.
Yo! Okay, so clearly, your mom taught you Bible school.
Hell yeah.
Kennam and...
You attended Bible school.
You attended Bible school. You attended half-elf Bible school. It gets weird. Lannon and Kennam, you look at this wand. It was a staff, now a wand. Yeah. You're looking at, like, the sea glass and, like, the white oak. And you notice that there's, like, this little symbol. And you look at this symbol and you realize that this is the symbol of another god. This is the symbol of a god that you both know well and good. His name was Manon MacLear, and he was the god of the ocean.